It's strange how quickly something unfamiliar can start to feel like home. Cal's apartment, once just a place with dim lights and old jazz playing faintly in the background, now held pieces of me, in ways I hadn't noticed until it was too late. There was a book I left on his nightstand. My favourite mug sat quietly beside his coffee maker. And there was always a blanket on the couch now, because our movie nights never ended where they started. It wasn't official. There were no labels, no grand declarations, just presence. A rhythm we slipped into without trying. After work, I'd find myself walking a little faster. Not because the day was over, but because I was heading toward him. We'd pick a movie, usually something he said I had to watch, and I'd pretend not to care but secretly love that he remembered my favourite snacks. He'd let me curl into him like I belonged there, because by then, I think I did. Some nights were louder, a little wine, playful arguments about characters, me falling asleep halfway through, and him never once complaining. But weekends were ours. We'd wake early and head to the coast, fingers intertwined between sips of coffee and takeaway cups. I loved the way he looked at the ocean, like it said something to him that no one else could hear. There were spontaneous beach days, our feet buried in sand, his shirt unbuttoned just enough to make my stomach flutter. Sometimes we said nothing, sometimes everything. Both felt perfect. And then there were the hikes. Trekking into the woods where the air smelled cleaner and my thoughts slowed down enough to realise this man wasn't just someone I liked. He was slowly becoming the place I felt safest in. He always reached for my hand when the path got steep. Not because I couldn't do it alone, but because he wanted to be there. That mattered more than I thought it would, and I remember this one moment. We stood on a hill, sun melting behind the clouds, the wind wild through my hair, and Cal looked at me like I was the only thing he saw. He didn't say a word. He didn't need to. In that quiet, I think we both understood. This wasn't just a phase. This was becoming something. And I wasn't afraid anymore.